Welcome back to the channel. Well, this week we're out here in my rock pit in what I always thought was a family vehicle. This is the 2025 Nissan Armada, but this is the Pro-4X edition. This is the one that's supposed to be built for off-road. And I know, all you off-roaders, I know it's too long and it's too wide for any real off-roading, but we'll see here on this loose gravel rock pit if it'll handle those weekend camping trips or going to your favorite fishing hole. Let's jump in and see what it's like. But before we get started, take a moment, like and subscribe, and make sure you click that bell so you don't miss any of the reviews here on the Auto Insider. Well, for starters, it looks pretty luxurious in here to me, not giving me much off-road. Well, let's see how it's gonna do. We have it already in our rock and gravel, so we've chosen rock here on our mode selector. We've gone ahead and already put it in 4 low, and when we did that, I think it already locked the rear diff. So let's back it up here. This isn't a vehicle that is ever going to be at any one of those rally trips where you're going to be going around and really trying to win any kind of, break any records for off-roading. However, for those of us who like doing things like camping, fishing, weekend getaways, or maybe you just live in a rural area, there's a lot of rocky, loose gravel kind of roads. This Pro-4X, for its size, does pretty decent out here in this loose gravel pit. As you can see, we got it stuck there just a little bit, but that rear diff locked up and got us right on through it. So again, I've always seen the Armada as a family vehicle, and if you have 2, 3, 4 kids and you guys like camping and fishing, this may be a vehicle that'll work out for you and your family. Not to mention, it's a good looking vehicle. That little strike back on the back of it reminds me of, remember those Prada shoes everybody used to wear? Or maybe they still wearing them and I just gotten a bit old and I'm out of the loop. But as you can see, this Armada looks pretty good and it rides pretty good. So it has successfully passed our rock pit challenge. And again, I know this is not some real off-road vehicle, but when you find yourself in situations like this, or maybe it's snow or mud or heavy raining conditions, we had a lot of rain here in Atlanta the last couple of days, I must say the all-wheel drive, the size, the heft of this full-size body-on-frame SUV certainly gave me another level of comfort and security. You might want to check out this Pro-4X edition of this Nissan Armada. Now let's see what it's like on a highway drive. As you can probably guess, a vehicle of this size is no fuel sipper. However, I will recommend this for any family of more than 4 to drive around on a daily basis. My speed set. Now I have my speed set and my distance set that I want to keep from the vehicle ahead of me. My lane keep assist is on, but it will maintain the distance between me and the vehicle ahead of me. Now, unlike some other vehicles we've driven with the semi-autonomous driving assistance, this Armada is a lot more aggressive about having me put my hands back on the wheel. Let's look at lane changing. There's no lane change assist in here, so I have to do that on my own. I don't know why it slowed down there. That causes me a little bit of concern. Let's speed it up a little bit here. I'm going to set my speed up to about 70, and let's see how it navigates this curve coming up here ahead. But as you can see, it's not any true autonomous driving feature. This is something that does require the driver to maintain control of the vehicle at all times. So this is not one you're going to go on a trip and sit back and take a nap like some of those other vehicles we've seen lately. And it doesn't have the lane change assist, which I would like to see that in here. When you could do it in some other vehicles that are lesser expensive, I think it's something that Nissan could have put in here. Maybe it's something that's reserved for the QX80, which is the luxury version of this vehicle that is under the nameplate Infinity. But as you can see, road trips should be pretty good here. If you want more luxury than this, you'll have to opt up for the Platinum Edition. But don't tell this Pro-4X it's not a luxury SUV. Across this dashboard, there are nice, soft touch points. This alternating stitching gives it a little bit of an edge and a little bit of interest. The infotainment system is easy to manipulate, and these controls down here, they look a little bit intimidating, but you'll get used to them. Making our way to this second row, though. In this second row, There's good leg room, and these seats are pretty comfortable. That panoramic roof lets a lot of light in, so it feels even bigger than it really is. And then there's easy access here to this third row. The seat lifts all the way up, much like it used to do in the Pathfinder. When good leg room here for even an adult. I'm 5'10", and I'm pretty comfortable back here in this third row. You have USB-C fast charge on this side and that side, as well as a way to fold these seats that I'm sitting in back out of the way. When it's time to exit, the entire seat goes up and out of the way, and it's relatively easy. Once you're out, you have a power rear lift gate here. You can also let those seats up and down. We have a 120 volt outlet here, so when you're tailgating you can plug up, and you can also let that second row down from here. When you're all done back here, you have the convenience of a power rear tailgate. So there you have it. If you have an active family and maybe you guys go off-roading, camping, or fishing, there's plenty of space. It's really comfortable getting you there and back. And Nissan has put in a couple of extra little storage niches here so you can keep things that you don't need all the time, but you gotta have them with you. There's good cargo space in that center console. Cup holders are big enough for the big gulp, and you have wireless phone charge. Oh, and I almost forgot. The kiddos in the second row have their own climate control and heated outboard seats on the second row. Yeah, it may not tackle the off-road like some of the smaller SUVs, but for a big guy, it does pretty good. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.